Hi everyone, this is Alex.
And this is João from Salvanel Place.
And today we are in Fatima in Portugal. For those who don't know, if you Google Our Lady at Fatima, it's the last place that the Virgin Mary appeared to some children in 1917. And behind us you can see the giant square and possibly the church that is built as a shrine to where she first appeared.
3, 2, 1, let's start!
So we started our trip by flying from Budapest to Malaga, and then we took a 9-hour bus ride from Malaga to Lisbon. Fatima is situated 1.5 hours away from Lisbon by bus. It is the largest Marian shrine in the world. Christians come from everywhere to pay homage, and anyone else who might not be a Christian but just loves Mary. They go to pray, to reflect, and to see a world-famous place of worship. You can see here that people are actually kneeling and walking down a little runway. It's a form of worship. It's to show Mary that they love her and they're grateful for her apparition. And it was fantastic to just go there and see this and do this vlog. So I hope you like it.
Ties me with golden ropes of faith in a losing race. We fade away. We fade.
Yeah, we're here to talk about something that is very, very, very sensitive for a lot of people to talk about, which is religion and medical school. As you all know, we are dedicated to science. We study science, we breathe, we eat science, we do everything science related. But some of us do have some space or some time or some part of their hearts and dedication to religion, or they have faith. My case were two different stories here. I was raised as a Catholic, but at this point in my life I questioned a lot about my religion, about the existence of God, about the story of Jesus and the Bible and everything. But Alex has a different perspective.
Yeah, I am raised Catholic, and of course I have questions about my religion too. I don't go into it totally like, okay, whatever they say is gospel. However, I am a believer, and that's one of the reasons why we originally came here. I came for some personal reasons. I wanted to pray, and that's how this vlog kind of was born, because when I do mention that I'm religious or spiritually orientated or whatever to people in medical school, I get often I get a very negative, judgmental, and often, I'm sorry to say, ignorant response, which I'm not really comfortable with, and that's why I want to kind of, you know, break open the box on this, and for those of you who are religious in medical school, kind of stand up and say, hey, you know, this isn't, you know, it's not something wrong that we're doing. You know, and it's something that is quite important to me. You know, I think religious tolerance is just as important as racial tolerance or sexual orientation, the tolerance for that. You know, I think, you know, we're not hurting anybody, we're not affecting anybody else's lives, and as long as we don't overstep those borders, I think people should not give us hate for, you know, something that is acknowledged all over the world, just not so much in science. I am a strong believer that you can go to medical school and still keep your faith. I don't think they have to cross, and I don't think those who are religious should be seen as ignorant or just, oh, you're just not questioning or pretending that, you know, religion is one thing and science is something else, and they have to be connected and everything has to be proved scientifically. I think, you know, everyone has their own opinion, and I think they should be be allowed to just get on with it, basically.
Yeah, I think it's a question of open mind. I don't believe, I don't have a clear or straight or more defined belief in God or in Jesus or in any sort of a figure. But I do understand that it is important for you to have a defined spirituality. And a defined spirituality is part of who you are as well. It's part of your health. It's part of the health of your future patients as well. Because you're going to see that not only your colleagues right now in medical school, but also your future patients, they have their own beliefs, and sometimes if you've heard probably in several cases of people who do have their strong beliefs in their own religion and do not accept some types of treatment because they do not fit their own beliefs or they do not follow their religion. And that you have to respect. You have to respect your colleagues' belief. You have to respect their faith, and you have to also. And this is what I encourage. Even if you question, like I do question, at least have some defined faith. Also, I would like to mention another thing which I hear a lot about. We have a lot of colleagues that are nurses and they're in medical school, and so they've been in the hospital settings. So, and they talk about they have had contact with death, and what they say is that if you do not believe in something, it's really, really, really hard to work in this profession. Because you are going to see a lot of things that no scientist, no doctor is able to explain.
Yes, and on that note, I have to say that even if you are completely unreligious, either agnostic or atheist, you will still have a set of principles that you live by. And that in itself is kind of a religion, your own, you made your own path. And what I want to really clarify here is that somebody who is in a more famous, let's say, religion like Catholicism, for example, I'm a Catholic, that's very well known, that's my path. But I don't feel the need to degrade or say that that there's something wrong with anybody else's choice of beliefs or their path. And that's the basic thing I'm asking for, is that I would like to see a little more tolerance for those who are on a religious path in medical school.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to believe, if it's right for you, if you're happy and you're not hurting anybody else or affecting anyone in a negative way, go do it.
Yeah, if you have friends that are that have different religions or come from different backgrounds, not only in religion, but this can be a different topic that we can talk about. You have to have some sort of you have to be open-minded. You have to accept them, understand, learn a little bit about their religion. I was brought up in as a Catholic, so I kind of understand her background. I kind of understand what Alex is talking about, but I do understand as well there are other religions that I have no clue about, or I've heard about them, heard a little bit about them, but I'm quite ignorant about them. But I do make an effort to try to understand my colleagues. I try to understand their traditions, their rituals, and how they fit them into their lives, and how they can be physicians, and if we're talking about medical school, how they can be medical students and still fit their religion into their routine, daily routine.
And to build upon that, if you find yourself, for example, like we talked about on our last vlog about studying abroad, if you're in an international community, of course you're going to meet with different religions. It's totally okay to question. I actually love it when people come up to me and instead of assuming that I'm a certain way, they will ask me, "Hey Alex, for example, what's a Catholic church look like on the inside? What do you pray about? What do you, that kind of approach is, I totally welcome
It's
it.
healthier. I think I agree with you completely, because if you do actually, don't be afraid to ask. And that's something,
Absolutely.
sometimes I'm afraid to be very honest. Sometimes I'm so afraid to ask a question to a friend of mine who's from a different religion because I think I might offend him. I think it's much healthier if I just take the time and ask a question, sometimes even blunt question. Try not to be offensive, of course, but just a blunt question, be like, I'm sorry, I have no clue about this, but how do you pray? How do you,
And that will never be considered ignorant. That's just,
No.
okay, you're not from that country where that religion is, or you have never had contact with it. It's great to learn, and people, I myself especially, I appreciate it when people take the time to ask me rather than just assuming, oh, you're like this, or oh, you're like that. It
Just-
doesn't make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, just don't be afraid. Just religion is part of who you are. Faith is part of who you are. Even if you don't have, like myself, a strict belief in a higher power or a higher entity, you still have to have a defined spirituality, whatever it is. And this is the final point that I think we should make. Even with this vlog, we're in this amazing, beautiful place where everyone is praying, where everyone is taking their time and their families. They're here with their families. They're here where praying and asking for better times in their lives. This is a beautiful place, even though I do not believe in a lot of things. I question a lot of things, but it's still, I admit, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous place and worth visiting. Another thing to finish this vlog, I want to say that as a medical student, as a professional, as a future doctor, be the best you can. Have a strong spirituality. Try to improve because it's part of all that list of things. Not only knowing the material, having the knowledge down, but also having a stable emotional intelligence, and also spirituality, which is something completely different from all of those. But it's part of who you are. It's part of who you're going to be. So that's my advice. And
Absolutely, religious or not, spiritual or not, at the end of the day, the most basic thing that we can all agree on is that, as doctors, we're just trying to help people and, be good people. That's it. When you bring it down in a nutshell, that's the basis of everything. Just try and be the best you can be.
And with this, we're going to log off from Fatima, Portugal, another trip of our Spain and Portugal Salmonella Place tour. I hope you guys are following us. Keep subscribing, keep commenting below, and let us know what we can talk about. Let us know what we can do for you, because we are here to provide the best that we can, the best that we know. And I will see you next time. This is João.
And this is Alex.
Bye.
Bye.